Is it better to process powderized products? Example, crayfish, zobo, 100%. You want to, actually, the US customs, they actually encourage that. They encourage powdered products more than they do nuts. Let me tell you a story. There was a time that I tried, it's just like crayfish. I tried to bring in crayfish in whole form. This was like 3 years ago because it wasn't something that the US Customs and FDA were used to. That crayfish in whole form was flagged. FDA came to our facility to inspect, to physically inspect whole crayfish. But when you are doing powdered, it's just so much easier. It's easier for you, it's easier for the shipper, it's also easier for the customer. Powdered crayfish is already ready to go. All you have to do is get your tablespoon or your teaspoon, you scoop it inside, you put it inside your spoon, your soup. In my own case, I put crayfish in everything that I eat. When you start doing whole form, it becomes number one, harder for the customer to interact with. And anything that's like nuts, let's say seeds, is going to raise a little bit of a suspicion, especially with the US Customs and the FDA, because they're going to think, okay, if it's in a whole form and if it's in a seed form, are they bringing this thing into the United States to plant? They're always going to think that. They're going to scrutinize you. So that will automatically trigger an inspection. But if it's in powdered form, you don't have to worry about that. So in your case, always aim for powderize as much as you can. Stay away from nuts. I just had before I hopped on here, I had a mentorship session with one of our mentees. She's in the tiger nut space. We advise her against tiger nut in whole form. Instead, do tiger nut powder. Because the thing is, for instance, if you bring in tiger nut in whole form, you have to wash it, you have to soak it, you have to chew it, you have to digest it. There's just so much you have to do just to be able to consume that product. But if you bring in tiger nut in powdered form, it's easy for the consumer to be able to mix it with their, let's say, their milkshake or their protein shake. For someone like me, I'm in fitness. I want something a little bit sweet that I can add into my protein shake because it's already in powdered form. I just have to take a teaspoon or a tablespoon, mix it inside my protein shake, blend it, consume it, and go about my business. It's also a lot easier to store